fantasy world. I'm Courtney, and you can find me on Twitter at LoveTractor3. But more importantly, you can find me at Fantasy and Frames. So, welcome to Fantasy and Frames Redraft Target Player Profile Series for 2023. These are players that we think you should go grab up in your redraft leagues when you start them to help you win championships this year. So, before we get started, I want you to go ahead to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Fantasy and Frames. And while you're at it, hit that little bell because that gives you live notifications when any members of our team post pertinent, up-to-date fantasy information. Let's go ahead and look at 6'4", 245-pound tight end, Mr. Greg Dulcich. He is currently with the Denver Broncos, and he was drafted last year, 80th overall in the 3rd round. So, what's his current situation? He is the tight end 1. He does have Troutman there. He does have Alberto there. He also has brand new coach in Mr. Sean Payton. Sean Payton loves his tight ends and loves to make them his gadget players. And I can see some great chemistry between Sean Payton and Greg Dulcich this season. I am looking forward to watching it. Let's also think about last year, how he had a kind of a rough rookie season. He was injured a lot of it, and he also had really lackluster quarterback play. So that came into effect, and it really kind of dampened that rookie season for him. So last year, he was 3rd on the team in receptions and only playing in 10 games. He had 411 yards on 33 attempts and 2 touchdowns. Not the best. Pro Football Focus this year has him ranked as the tight end 15 and overall as the 130th player. His ADP right now is 149, and that's according to Pro Football Focus. So he also last year in 5 of the 10 games that he played in posted 10 PPR points, and he had 86.1 total for the season. So to me, that shows that it is there, and if he had not been injured, I believe that it could have been a lot more. So that's where we kind of go into our areas of concern. Is Russ Wilson washed? Because the tight end needs his quarterback. And if Russ Wilson is not going to bounce back, then that does not bode well for the mouse that Russ Wilson is feeding, right? Speaking of mouse, there are a lot to feed in Denver. There also is the fact that Greg Dulcich is not the best blocker. So that kind of removes him being there for the every down tight end, like a Kelsey, like an Andrews. He also has that hamstring injury, and that is something that will always be of a concern because, well, he's a runner. So areas of optimism. I'm going to say it again, and I've already said it, but it's Mr. Sean Payton. The guy is an offensive genius, and to me, when you have that kind of caliber coach, that trickles down, and Greg Dulcich is versatile. He has shown that he can be that gadget player that Sean Payton likes. He was a wide receiver in college before he became a tight end. So ding, ding right there. He already knows a lot of the routes and can run the slot and can run the out. That's great. That is great history for him. So last year, his PPR scoring actually ranked the 4th best from a rookie tight end in the past 5 seasons. That's huge potential. Huge potential. Redraft outlook for Mr. Dulcich. By the way, the hair, got to go with that hair every time, right? I loved this guy coming out of UCLA, and I still think that he can perform, and he will perform. He's not going to be your tight end 1, but most redraft leagues aren't tight end premium anyway, so I think that he's going to be that tight end 1, 2 that you can slot in week to week and kind of set in and forget it. That's why he's going to be really good for best ball. So, 10-plus points per game, I think he can get that. The Broncos also in this offseason got some new offensive line help. They got some vet guards and a vet tackle. That is going to give Russ a huge opportunity to stay in the pocket longer and get that ball out. Slant right to Mr. Dulcich. The other thing, and we never want to talk about a player being hurt, but it bodes well for Greg Dulcich that Javonte Williams probably won't start the season off, because who does the dump-off person become? Your tight end. I'm excited about his potential. I'm excited about his upside. And I think that if you dive a little bit deeper into him, you will see that it is there and he is ripe for the sophomore leap. So, again, talking about Greg Dulcich, talking about redraft. Thank you so much for joining us on this Fantasy and Frames Redraft Target Player Profile Series for 2023. Remember, go subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell for live notifications. And go find us on all social media platforms. Go look at rankings at fantasyandframes.com. Read our articles and follow us year-round for fantasy pertinent football information to help you win championships right and left. Again, I'm Courtney, and you can find me at LoveTractor3 on Twitter, but more importantly, right here in Fantasy Frames. Till next time.